We don't want to lose any of our law enforcement officers, especially in a violent manner. You know, we just had the case, I think, last year where the police officer was killed on Father's Day while transporting funding for, I think, the church or somebody like that. And so you don't want that kind of thing. Any incident involving police officers, we want our officers to be safe. But at the same time, we also want our officers to be trustworthy and on the up and up. And so we have to be careful how we look at these matters, and we cannot look at them simply through the eyes of law enforcement, since we have found that a lot of our law enforcement officers are corrupt, very corrupt. Lately, what we've been discovering, they've been taking bribes, they've been threatening to raid the immigrant communities, they've been shooting people while committing armed robberies. It is so much that they've been doing. So we have to look through them, look at them through the lens of a microscope, and make sure, question everything that is done by law enforcement, and hopefully ensuring that everything was done in proper order and there was no questionable connections in relation to these incidents. All right. We had a situation that went down in Eleuthera the other day. A well-known Deep Creek Eleuthera boat captain is now sitting in a U.S. jail cell after what social media is describing as a massive drug bust involving 200 kilograms of cocaine with an estimated street value between $5 million and $7 million. Malcolm Rashad Goodman, known around Eleuthera as Mali, was reportedly arrested in the United States earlier last week. The story first exploded online when Sylvans Matea, the self-styled voice of Nassau, Bahamas, posted the details to his Facebook page, Bahamas Royal, along with what appears to be Goodman's mugshot. According to the information circulating, Goodman, 31, was taken into custody on Monday, February 9th, 2026. Records shared online list him as being held in main jail with a hold for the U.S. Marshals Service, and he was there with no bail. His arrest date is listed as February 11th, 2026. The reports reaching TMI indicate that he was apprehended 2 days earlier. The social media post made reference to 200 kilos of square grouper, a street term for cocaine, and tied multiple law enforcement agencies, including U.S. federal authorities and Bahamian agencies. At this time, however, TMI has not independently verified which agencies were directly involved in the alleged operation. If the allegations are accurate, 200 kilograms of cocaine represents a staggering quantity. At wholesale and the street value distribution values, that amount can command anywhere from $5 to $7 million, depending on market and purity. In the U.S. federal system, trafficking at that level typically carries extremely severe penalties, including lengthy mandatory minimum sentences. And we did further research the numbers for when they do the retail sale, and it would have been between $16 and $24 million that could be reaped from selling these square goopers. Back home, Goodman is known as a local boat captain and businessman who operates several privately owned ventures in Eleuthera. News of his reported arrest has sent waves of shock through Deep Creek and beyond, with many residents stunned by the scale of the allegations. But that is not all. It is now being alleged that Mali had been suspected in certain circles of involvement in drug trafficking and other illegal activities for quite some time. Sources claim that several family members and close friends reportedly tried to counsel him about what they described as his nefarious antics, warning him about the potential consequences.